Chapter 8 Greed Leads to Hell. Once upon a time, there lived four friends in a village. They were very poor. They wanted to earn a lot of money but didn't know how to do it. After a lot of consideration, they decided to leave their village and go somewhere else in search of wealth. So, one day they left their village. After a few days of journey, they reached a place called Avantipuram. The four friends bathed in a river and then worshipped in the nearby temple. There in front of the temple, they met a sage named Bhairvanand. They bowed before him in respect. The sage asked, "Where have you come from? What's the purpose of your visit to this town?" One of the friends said politely, "We are friends. All of us are very poor. So, in the bid to try our luck, we left our village and now we are here. Since you are an eminent sage, we expect that you would kindly help us to get rid of our poverty." Bhairvanand was very pleased with their behavior. He gave them 4 cotton wicks, one to each of them, and said, "Carrying the wicks in your hands, go in the direction of the Himalayas. Whenever your wicks drop, dig up that spot and you will find some hidden treasure. Collect the buried treasure, whatever it is, and return home." The four friends became very happy. They set off in the direction of the Himalayas. They had hardly covered some distance towards the Himalayas that the wick of one of the friends fell from his hands. He quickly dug up the spot and uncovered a treasure of copper. He invited his other companions to have their shares and return home. But his 3 friends called him stupid and proceeded deeper into the Himalayas to find more wealth. The one who had found copper returned home cheerfully with his wealth. After a journey of another few days, the wick of the second friend dropped on the ground. He immediately dug up the place and found a treasure of silver. He called his 2 friends and asked them to pick up their shares of silver and return home. But the other 2 called him stupid and continued their journey. The one who had dug up the treasure returned home with the wealth of silver. After a journey of a few more days, the wick of the 3rd friend also dropped. He dug up the spot where the wick had fallen and uncovered a big treasure of gold. He said to his last friend, "Come on, let's share this wealth. It's enough for 2 of us. Why are you going alone any further?" But the 4th friend continued his journey, saying that he hoped to find diamonds. Therefore, the one who had found gold returned home with his heap of gold. The 4th friend started walking alone in the direction where he hoped to find diamonds. But the wick he was holding didn't fall from his hands and the 4th friend lost his way. He began wandering and was totally disorientated. While still wandering, he came across a strange man standing at a place. His body was drenched in blood. The strangest thing was a big wheel whirling over his head. The 4th friend went to him quietly and asked in surprise, "Who are you and what kind of wheel is this whirling over your head?" Hardly had the 4th friend finished his question when the big wheel shifted its position and came straight over the head of the 4th friend, still whirling. The 4th friend cried in pain and disbelief, "Friend, what is this? It's giving me tremendous pain." "This wheel was attached to my head in the similar fashion," the other man replied. "And when will I get rid of it?" asked the 4th friend and started weeping. "Only when someone carrying the magic wick comes wandering at this place and speaks to you," said the man. "Please tell me how you have been here," the 4th friend asked, still sobbing. "Even I myself don't have the answer to your question," replied the man. "But I came here during the reign of King Rama. I was a poor man like you. Somewhere I got a magic wick and came to this place in search of diamonds. I saw a man standing here with this wheel whirling over his head. As soon as I put up this question, as you put up to me a moment ago, the wheel came upon me." "How did you manage your food during such a long period?" asked the 4th friend in a trembling voice. "You will not ever need food or water. You are also free from sleep, old age, or death. You would only suffer pain for centuries unless someone approaches you with the same magic wick. In fact, this wheel was made by Kuber to guard his wealth against the thieves and robbers. So, goodbye, my friend." The man went away, leaving the 4th friend with the wheel whirling over his head. Now, when the third friend found that his friend was taking too long to return, he set out to find him. He finally arrived at the same place where his fourth friend was standing, drenched in blood, with a field whirling over his head. "What is this?" he asked his friend in great astonishment. "This is the result of my greed for wealth," replied the fourth friend and narrated the whole story, weeping and moaning. "I am sorry to see your ill fate, friend, but you didn't listen to me when I offered you gold. You wanted more. Now I can only wish you all the best." Saying so, the third friend went away with a heavy heart.